one, and action. What is up, Travels with Buddy Nation on the Travels with Buddy station? Today is Saturday, December the 7th, and we're heading into some winter months. And today I'm going to do some one-arm dumbbell rows. And this exercise right here is an exercise, if you do it correctly, it mimics like a seated cable row or a low row machine. And I don't have a low row machine. One thing I don't have is a low row machine in here. And I'd like to get one. And I might one of these days. I don't really need to because I know enough exercises where I can do that will mimic, that'll work the same muscles that a low row cable machine would work. But I just want to have one. Because it's, it's a different machine to use. And maybe I'll get a small one if I can fit one in here one of these days. You can get them for around 200 bucks. But stay tuned. Make sure you watch this video to the end because I'm going to make a makeshift low row machine with the power bands. So make sure you watch this video to the end. And like I said, if you don't have a low row machine, a seated cable row machine, I think the one-arm dumbbell row, if you do it correctly, probably mimics that exercise almost completely. It's actually probably better than using a low row cable machine, actually, just the way you're positioning your body and everything, right, bud? So without further ado, I will demonstrate that exercise. And I'm going to start with maybe a 35-pound dumbbell, and I'm going to pyramid the weight up. And with each set, I'm probably going to move the bench around so I can demonstrate the exercise from different angles and whatnot. So I'll probably do maybe 3 or 4 sets on video, and then I will demonstrate. Make sure you stay tuned to the end because I will demonstrate how to create or make your own low row cable machine if you don't have one. Okay, if you're like me and you don't have a low row cable machine, right, bud? So I'll demonstrate how we can make one. And I'll put Bud in the other room, and hopefully today we'll go for a walk because it's supposed to be decent but cold. It's sunny but cold out there today. Once you start walking, you warm up. So without further ado, I will demonstrate those exercises. I'll put Bud in the other room. Bud can chill out. You can hear the heat kicking on. Bud can relax in the other room. He's doing good. And later, I'm going to take him for a walk before I make his supper. Is that way there? After he goes for a nice long walk, he sleeps really well and doesn't bug me at night. Oh. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 deep breaths, and I'm going to say the mantra. In through the nose, out through the mouth. I feel more relaxed already. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll start with the dumbbell row. I'll start with my right arm. And in case you're wondering, yes, I got 2 sweatshirts on because when I start training, I always like to be warm. Especially weight training, you always want to be warm. Unless it's in the summertime, then your body's already warm. But in the wintertime, it gets cold in the New England area, so you want to be warm. And I think it's good when you're warming up, that way you don't pull any muscles. Because I typically don't stretch much before I weight train, but I warm up with light weights. So I'm going to start with my right arm. And I haven't done these in like forever. And this is probably the only exercise I know that really mimics that low cable row motion. And you gotta do one arm at a time. As you can see, your hip and leg does get involved when you're pulling the weight up towards your rib cage, or the side of your body, and you're bracing your body with your, if you're doing your right arm, you're bracing your body with your right leg. And it does also work the muscles around the back and the spine as well, just like if you were doing a cable row, a seated cable row. I'm gonna go for about, I don't know, maybe 15 reps or so. I don't even know what I can get with this because it's been so long since I've done this exercise. All right, woo. I got 18 reps. Really good exercise. Really feel it in the biceps as well. And you feel it in the hips and the legs as well. And so I'm going to do 15 with my other arm, and then I'm going to pyramid the weight up, and I'll do another set. All right, next I'm going to pyramid the weight up. It's about 40 pounds. And I didn't move the bench around because I kind of like doing this from this area, but maybe I'll videotape myself doing my other arm as well. But I'm going to go for, this is a little bit heavier, so I'm going to try to get, I got 18 in the first set, so I'm going to try to get, I don't know, maybe 15 with this set. Count along with me. All right, woo. I got 15 reps, and next I'll do my left arm. I'll just push this weight. I started with the 35s, and next will be the 40. All right, next I'm doing my left arm, and I'm gonna try to get 15 reps with my left arm as well. Again, I think that's the only exercise I know of that really mimics the low row cable, the seated cable row. Matter of fact, I think that's probably even more effective than the seated cable row. You get a really good stretch, and you do work your legs and hips. That does get involved in the exercise as well. And I'm going to do a couple more sets. I'm going to pyramid the weight up. Usually I go up to maybe like a 60-pound dumbbell when I do this exercise, and maybe 10 reps or so, but I haven't done this in it's been such a while that it's kind of, my body's just not used to doing this exercise. But make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video, because I will demonstrate how to create or make your own makeshift seated cable row with power bands. So stay tuned. All right, I'm on my third set of dumbbell rows, and note that In between each set, I rest for about 3 minutes between sets. Well, when I do pyramid sets, what I mean by pyramid sets is that I pyramid the weight up. So my last set I had a 40-pound dumbbell. Now I pyramided the weight up 5 pounds. I got a 45-pound dumbbell. So I'll do a set with each arm with the 45-pound dumbbell. I'll rest for about 3 minutes, and then I'll add more weight. If I do another, this is my third set. If I do a fourth set, I'll have put another 5 pounds on the dumbbell. I'll have a 50-pound dumbbell. So with the 45-pounder, I'll try to get, I don't know, maybe 12, 15 reps or so. All right, so come along with me. All right, whew. I got 15 reps with the 45-pound dumbbell. So next I'm going to do my left arm, and I'm not going to move the camera around because it's just too much stuff I have to do, or remove the bench around. But hopefully you can see how I do the exercise from my left arm from that angle where the camera is. Okay, I'm going to continue with my left arm with the 45-pound dumbbell, and I'll try to get an additional 15 repetitions. Come along with me. Alright, I got 15. And the more I'm doing these one-arm dumbbell rows, the less I think I need a seated cable row machine, because I got to tell you, this exercise is probably more effective than the seated cable row machine, although it takes longer because you do one arm at a time. And with this exercise, you also have to warm up. I noticed the first set I did with a 35-pound dumbbell. My body was cold, and you use so many muscles when you're doing this exercise that you have to start light, and you have to dress up warm when you start, because you're working so many muscles, your hips, your legs, your back, your biceps, all the major muscle groups in your body. You're working your core even, and you're getting a good stretch. So I also noticed the more sets you do, you'll notice that you'll be stretching your body more when you're doing the exercise. So you really want to warm up light. Don't warm up nowhere near your max, and then pyramid this exercise. Go a little bit heavier with each set. Take your time doing it, because I like to do at least 4 sets. So I'm gonna do one, maybe, but no more than 6. Between 4 and 6 sets, and warm up light. It's a really good exercise. You gotta give it a try. All right, next I'm going on my 4th set. I got 50 pounds on the dumbbell. And the more I do this exercise, I ask myself, do I really need a low row machine? Because this is actually more effective than any low row machine that I've ever used. I'm going to try to get anywhere from 12 to 15 reps. Come along with me. I got 12 reps, and I gotta tell you, when you're do that exercise properly, you get a nice full stretch. You really feel it in the core, you feel it in your hips and the leg. You gotta give it a try, but remember, you gotta warm up light, pyramid the weight up, and take your time doing this exercise. All right, next I'm gonna do my left arm with the 50-pound dumbbell. I don't know if I'm gonna upload doing both my arms, depending on how well you can see me do this exercise for my left hand. But I might not, we'll see. But I'm gonna try for another 12 reps with my left arm. With the 50, come along with me. All right, woo. I got 13 with my left arm. I'm left-handed, so maybe I'm a little stronger with my left arm. But I got 12 with my right arm. I could have got 13 if I pushed a little harder, but anyways, I didn't want to overdo it because I haven't done this exercise in so long. And again, like I said, the more I do these dumbbell rows, which I haven't done in a while, the less I really think I need a low row machine, because that is a very effective exercise for the lower lats, the biceps, and the muscles around the spine, the back. Just because of the position that you're in, you're bracing yourself and you're working all those back muscles. Really good exercise. Okay, I'm on my 5th set now. I got 55 pounds on a dumbbell. I'm gonna try to get anywhere from 10 to 12 repetitions. Count along with me. All right, I got 12 reps with the 55-pound dumbbell. Next I do my left arm. Then after this, I think I'll probably just do one more set. I'll go up to the 60s and see what I can do. Like I said, it's been a while since I did this exercise. So, I don't know, but it feels really good, especially after I warmed up. The first couple of sets didn't feel that great, but by my 3rd set, the exercise started feeling really good. Okay, next I'm going to do the 55-pound dumbbell with my left arm, and see if I can get 12 reps with my left arm, or maybe even more. All right, I got 12 with my left arm. I'm gonna do one more set, and I'm gonna put 60 pounds on that dumbbell, and I'm gonna try it for 10 reps to see what I can do. But I already did 5 warm-up sets, so you notice I didn't start heavy, I started light. I started with a 35-pound dumbbell. Really strict form, because you're working so many muscles when you're doing this exercise. You gotta warm up light. If you try to go into it, near your max, with a heavy dumbbell, you're not gonna get pumped. It ain't gonna feel good. You gotta warm up light, and then gradually go heavier and heavier as you do more sets. Alright, well, I'm going to be 53 in a couple of weeks, and I'm still doing dumbbell rows with a 60-pound dumbbell with one arm. Let's see how many reps I can get with it though. I'll try to get 10. Like I said, I haven't done these in a while, so we'll see. Come along with me. Alright, I got 11. Had to make my point. I did 11. And actually, I'll tell you what. With this exercise, my 6th set felt better than my 1st set. I felt stronger in my 6th set than I did in my 1st set. Go figure. So just gonna do one more set. I'm gonna do my left arm, and then that's it for the low rows. Remember, stick around, because I'm gonna show you how to set up a low row with power bands. I'm going to do my 6th and final set. Hopefully I'll get 11 reps with the 60-pound dumbbell. Using my left hand. I am left-handed, so I'm hoping I should get at least what I got with my right hand. We'll see. Count along with me. Alright, woo! Got 11 with my left hand as well. Really good exercise. And I gotta tell you, for all you people out there wishing you had one of those low row cable machines, if you got a dumbbell where you can put a good amount of weight on it, where you can pyramid the weight up with the dumbbell, you really don't need a low row machine. They're big, they're bulky, they take up a lot of space. But I still want one. I do still want one, just because. But that's a really good exercise. And next, as I promised, I'm going to demonstrate how to make your own low row pulley machine if you don't have one. So stay tuned. Okay, as I promised, we're going to do the low row with a power band. And this exercise is not as effective as doing the dumbbell row that I just did, but it does hit the lower lats. Doesn't engage the hips and the thighs at all, but it hits the lower lats and the biceps. Basically, as you can see, I have an anchor point underneath here. It's like a little loop. So you want to, I don't know if you can see that. Just want to take this. I'm not even going to use any handles. I got my gloves. And you just loop it through that, the anchor point right there. And I'm going to put my feet, not on my wall, but I'll put them on my Total Gym stepper here, just to brace my feet. I'll grab the band up close and stretch my legs a little bit. And I'll try to go for about, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 repetitions. Count along with me. Alright, I got 30. That's not a bad exercise. Ugh. Like I say, it gets the lats, gets the lower lats, like a low row does. But it doesn't it doesn't engage the hips and the core, and but it's a decent exercise. You gotta give it a try. I mean, if you have a power band and just you anchor anything low to a floor or anything like that, you got yourself a low row, and it's a decent workout, especially if you want to go high reps and get a nice burn. And remember, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Remember, keep training, keep taking those walks, and have an awesome day.